G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance with Mags, and welcome back to Rattay, and it is that time once again. The Rattay tournament is back on, so it's time to go and start off this episode by getting ourselves some new armor. Now, from there we have a couple of side quests that I want to do again. As I said, I don't particularly want to get back into the main quest at this time. Hey Hans. Mainly because I picked up all the DLCs fairly recently, so I think it's about time we start popping some of those off. So first things first, we're going to go win the Rattay tournament, because that is just what we do at this point. From there, we were given a possible location for some work for Matthew and Fritz, so we're going to go and quickly look that out and hopefully let them know that they actually have a place to stop being drunken bums at. And from there, we're going to head north. So Divish of Talmberg has a job for us, so we're going to go see him. But first things first, let's get into this tournament. Alright, come on Scribe Boy, let's go. Shit. You know, for a little too aggressive there. For a Scribe's Apprentice, you're not bad.
No kurwa.
See, now I just prefer it when my opponents just call me a cunt. Oh, you played yourself. And things were going so well. Yeah, alright. Let's move on to round two. I'm not hunting sword specifically. Sword and board is kind of my thing. What are we going to do? Take another shot at it.
Take that!
You know, I have to say, I think the overall quality of my opponents is going up with each tournament. For a Scribe's Apprentice, this guy ain't half bad.
Gotcha.
At the very least, he's taking some pretty serious hits to that noggin.
Is hereby declared the victor in this round and shall proceed to the next round.
Alright, a spearman, so we've got a professional fighter this time.
Jesus Christ!
Nice. Very nice.
What's your goal?
No, not at all. I'm actually surprised you managed to counter me. Although, considering where I just kicked you, I think you may have lost yours. Yeah, into the corner. Ooh. Alright. Fair enough. I was being a bit of a dick then. Come on. Oof. Come on. Make your move. Ow! Oof. Overextending a little bit there.
Had enough?
Not a chance. Oh.
The first victor in our tournament.
Ah, why hit him in the pommel once when I can do it 3 times? Jesus. I haven't taken the time to actually learn how to get better with maces.
Go ahead and get your strength.
Not that that lack of experience seems to be holding me back all that much. I just keep hitting them with the heavy end until they stop moving. Oh, right in that jaw.
Come and get it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There should be... Oh, there shouldn't be no way either of us are standing after that. Just getting pummeled in the face. Yeah, that's more like it.
In the second duel, here's Henry of Galax.
Round. So, who's my opponent?
Meeting face to face in this round will be Menhart, Master Swordsman from far off Frankfurt, who will
Master
measure his
Swordsman
skills
all the way
against
from Frankfurt.
Henry of Galax from the company of Thermaltake.
Well, this should be interesting.
Welcome, our warriors. The combatants have entered the arena, and the first duel may commence. We will witness a duel with longswords.
All right. You certainly look the part. Oh, shit. All right. Not bad. Oh, yeah, eat my pommel. It feels like Henry's getting more violent with those pommel strikes, doesn't it? Yeah, for a master swordsman, I am thoroughly unimpressed at this point. Definitely a more difficult opponent than I've faced in previous tournaments. But a master? I would have expected more. Alright, ding ding. You got it, right? That noggin of yours has got to be hurt. better here. Close. How long is this going to go on? Well, about that long as it turns out. And there is the defeat of the Swordmaster of Frankfurt.
Lords and ladies,
Still unimpressed.
good men and good wives, you have just witnessed the final duel in today's Rattay tourney, for which we all owe gratitude to Sir Hanush of Leipa. All glory to the victor, Henry of Skalitz, man-at-arms in the company of Sir Radzik Kobila. His prize will be given to him by our gracious Sir Hanush.
Okay, so, where's Sir Hanush?
Here, Henry, your prize.
Thank you.
400
Thank you
Russian.
so much.
And
You've
was that a
earned it.
hell?
Good luck, then.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
Yes. Hungry. Actually, we'll take care of that first, just so you're not bitching in my ear. There we go. Free meal for everybody that's at the tournament. Cool.
Welcome, Henry.
Now, armor. Lords of Lipia, Hound Skull. Okay, that's kind of cool. So it's the gloves, that's the headpiece, that is the pauldrons. So I still need the legs, the boots, and the chest. So there's still 3 more tournaments that I'm going to have to win. But we can sell off the one we've got now. Shame I can't get a third-person camera up so I can actually take a look at my Henry. Regardless, we are done here. That is another 400 in the bag, although there is... Make sure I get the right horse here so I don't get in trouble with horse thieving or horse stealing. There is a blacksmith down here I'm going to have to go and talk to. Now, I'm going to sell him some stuff, obviously. I now have the...
Are you blind, for Christ's sake?
Yeah, and I've got a horse, so get the hell out of my way. Goddamn pedestrians. Alright, so here is our blacksmith.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
I hope you can too. So first things first, let's get everything fixed up. So, select all. We haggle again.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Okay, that is kind of a cool helm. Now, I'm going to pay a little bit more. There's really not much to pay. I haven't really got much in the way there.
With a little something on top for a good measure.
Thanks 1,000 times.
Okay, so there's a little bit of extra reputation. Now we're going to talk to him again. And let's talk trade. Alright, so sell all of the crap that I've got in here. We can sell off that one. He's got 5.5k, so that should be fine. We've got Bianca's ring. No, I'm going to keep keeping that. Apparently he'll buy this. Why the hell would he buy that? I don't know. The bacon I've got, bandages, better piercing arrows. I've only got 3 of those, they're not worth much. Bread rolls are fine. Cumin metal shield I'm still using. Flea and wart remedy. Flemish cloth. Oh, this is the stuff that I'm carrying. Yes, I know where I got all this from. That can go. French altar candle. Glass goblets. I really did take everything that wasn't nailed down, didn't I? Lockpick.
Finally, a reasonable sum.
Okay, so haggling done. I'm looking for the pieces of Queen Sheba's sword.
I heard that a pilgrim was selling bits of a sacred sword a while ago. Did he visit you by any chance?
I don't know anything about it.
Really?
Really. Are you trying to suggest I'm lying?
Considering how defensive you are, yes. Yes, I am. Yeah.
I'll be with you.
Well, he clearly doesn't want to deal with us, so we're going to have to try and get our hands on that piece of the sword another way. There's no other storage houses around here. So I'm guessing the only place he could really probably keep this is in his house, and I'd have to guess that that would be his house. Oh well, we'll deal with this another time. We still have time. Alright, so we have now arrived at Ledechko, although it is a little bit dark at the moment, so I'm not entirely sure how much we're going to be able to get done here. I was sort of hoping we could just stop by, quickly see whether or not we could get our friends from back at the start of the game a little bit of work and then move on, but I'm not entirely sure that's going to be an option now. Alright, so we need to go to the millers regardless, which should be easy enough because they're always on the water, so the millers should be immediately to our right. But at this time of night, we're probably not going to be able to get too far, so we might have to go... if the bathhouse is open. I think this was the bathhouse anyway. Yes? No? Maybe? No. I think it is, but apparently way too late. We're going to run into one of those issues where Henry can't find a place to sleep again, aren't we? Damn rain and storms and crap and shit always happening. Oh, there's a chest up there. Is it locked? It is locked. More lockpicking practice for me. Just skins. Actually, with that pit out there, this is looking more like a skinner's place than a miller's. What is this? No, it is the miller's. The miller must be... God, this place is a dump. Mill-made chain. Oh, Thomas. Let's speak to Jane first.
What? No. Go away.
Okay, fine.
No. Clear off. Let me sleep.
Seriously, that's not enough to wake him up. God, this place is completely open. I could go anywhere and do everything. They're right, this place needs some work. This place needs a pair of carpenters. Crap. Alright, well I guess I'll just wait here until morning. What a shithole. Okay. And it's still pissing down rain. I really need to work out what that shortcut is to get rid of the torch, or take the torch up and down. Anyways, that should be the millmaid, I think. So we'll try her first. Excuse me. Oi!
Hey! God save. How may I help you, good knight?
You've been working at the mill for a while now, haven't you?
Pretty long. Why'd you ask?
I heard there's a possibility of finding work here for 2 talented carpenters.
That depends on how talented they are.
I'd say they're talented enough.
We'll soon see. But go talk to the miller about it, alright?
Of course. Is the miller very strict?
The miller isn't, but his foreman doesn't give the workers anything for free, besides kicks and insults.
Well, hopefully that won't happen. They're good men.
I'll be happy if that's true. Good luck,
Okay.
man.
I could do with a bite to eat.
This would be Miller, yes? Oi! Right, that will be the Miller. Oi!
What was that?
Good day to you.
Teresa, the millmaid, sent me. She said you could use some help.
Some extra pairs of hands would be useful. What do you have in mind?
My friends, 2 survivors of Scalise, are looking for work.
And why should I take them?
They're experienced carpenters.
Why not? Carpenters would be helpful. There's a lot of work here at the
You
mill,
don't bloody
and I'm
say.
not as spry as I used to be. Thomas,
Place
my
is
foreman,
dump.
tries his best, but he ain't up to that kind of work. But they aren't idlers and drunks, are they? I only take in people who are willing to do hard, honest work.
They're basically my neighbours. I know them personally, they've always done good work. You're going to let them work for you. You know me.
I'm from Scalise, and I know them both personally. They worked in the royal mines, and their master couldn't praise them highly enough.
In the Scouts' mines? But that's skillful
enough.
work.
That worked.
I'll be glad to talk to them. Tell them I'll give them a chance. We'll talk about pay and a roof over their heads when they get here.
Take care now.
Awesome. So, we found Matthew and Fritz some work. And quite frankly, they're going to have their hands full. This place is about to fall apart. I mean, it's the mill. It's not supposed to be like the Ritz, but like have a look at this and compare it against the mill in Rattay. This place is rooted. Anyways, with that one done, whoa, okay, hang on.
Is that the best you can do?
Whoa, Jesus, freak. Idiot farmer.
Quitting?
What the hell are you doing? You, sir, are an idiot. Although you're not unskilled.
Good of a fix. Go!
Yeah, with that hat and the staff, I'm starting to feel like it's gotten all Japan in here. Well, he did attack me, and he's likely going to attack someone else.
whining and fight.
Bastard! Oh, dear God.
Don't bother, he can't help you now, but thank you for the donation to my bank account. You know, it's pretty even in the rain. Alright, come on you two idiots, where the hell are you hiding? Right at the front gate, that is convenient.
With you, Henry. Glad to fucking see you, Henry.
Glad to fucking see you too, mate. And the monastery wants money from you?
The monastery wants you to pay for treatment. That doesn't sound right.
Leave it be, Howl.
If you say so.
Fair enough. Doesn't matter, I'm about to give you his work anyway, so I
later.
think I talked to the wrong one of you, so we'll try you. Matthew.
The
You got
miller
your
and
choice.
Ledechko would be happy to meet you.
You really found work for us?
Of course. I couldn't bear to look at those sour faces of yours a moment longer.
Thanks, Henry. Only
What?
the reward we talked about, well, we haven't got two groschen to rub together.
You've been staying at a pub since the attack on Skeletons. Why am I not surprised?
Nah, that doesn't matter. You'll pay me when you have it.
That we will.
Or you won't pay me at all. It's fine.
Stop by and visit us in a week. We'll pay you back as soon as we get our first wage.
Yeah, I don't believe a word of it. Your first wage will be going to the pub. But that's fine. Just, get the hell underway and get over to that shithole and try and bolt the place back together. You've got your work cut out for you. Okay, so, with Matthew and Fritz taken care of,
Yeah.
Talmberg is our next stop. I swear this friggin' range is going to keep getting worse at this point. Right, it's nice to be able to find a spot to get out of this storm. Not sure about the time either, but it might be worth actually staying here tonight, although it depends on exactly how this quest goes. At least I've always got a bed here. And, not Lady Stephanie's this time. Yeah, let's not do that again. Anyways, we do have to go upstairs though, because we have somebody else to speak to. Sir Devish.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
Can I be of service to you, Sir Divish? I've heard talk that something is going on in Pribys Lavis.
Henry, you've come at just the right moment. I sent a man to Pribys Lavis. My locator, Marius.
What's a locator?
A land allocator. I charged him with checking on the condition of the settlement to see if we can start rebuilding it.
Mm-hmm.
You're planning to resettle the village?
Yes.
Why Pribys Lavis, of all places?
Because it's been lying fallow and falling into ruin since it was sacked by Havelmetic years ago. It's about time that changed.
Well, it should be safe there now. We trounced that rabble on the battlefield.
Yes, and that's why I sent my master locator there. However, he should have been back long since.
If you've no objection, I could go and look for him.
I'd appreciate that. He probably just got delayed. But I'd be happier if you checked it out.
Okay.
See you later.
Lady Stephanie. Alright. So our mission here is to head back up to the town that we raided last time and see whether or not we can find the guy who was assessing it for repairs.
What did you fucking say?
Okay.
You fucking sodomite!
The bloody hell did you call me, mate? Alright. Come on, let's have a go.
You're dead.
No, but you're fucked.
me!
No, I don't think so, dickhead. No sympathy for stupid. What have you got here? Hunter's gloves. Hunter's boots. Linen hood isn't worth anything. Moonshine. Patch hose. Unknown potion. Start getting rid of some of this stuff, I think. Alright. Actually, we will just drop all of that. Move the horse. I've only got 3, so the better piercing arrows can go away. That bread's off, so they can go. Move the horse. Cumin bow. I did find another bow in here. Dogwood hunting bow. 58. Cumin bow. 61. Alright, so that's certainly good to be sold. Move the flea and wart. Heretic's testimony can go. I've got to keep carrying that. Hunting boots. Kunesh's keys with 16 long distance arrows. I'll keep those. I'm using those. Spare coif. I don't need to carry all of these maces with me at the moment. Page's sword can go too. Piercing arrows. I got 81 of those on me. Jesus, why do I have... Carry 40. 40 is more than enough. I probably don't need anything else at that point. Sharp as a knife. Shirt from Stephanie can go to the horse as well. Silence is golden and other myths. And we'll move the rest of the armorer's kits over as well. Carrying so much shit. So Michael's sword, unknown potion can go over, and wicked blacksmiths can go over. Okay, that clears me up some space. How is the horse looking in terms of space? 351's 124, so that works. And yeah, all of that we can leave. No, put the sword away. Anyways, we didn't get turned around, did we? No. Alright, so we're almost here at the moment. Not a good sign we get attacked on the outsides of this town. Area. And the remains of buildings and fences. So we'll have a look around for our quest objective first, see if we can find the guy. And then I want to come back and explore some of these houses and see whether or not there is anything in here that can actually be looted and sold, because I have this sneaking suspicion I'm going to need the money. Well, it looks like most of the Cumin camp is still intact. Pretty sure that was the Cumin camp. And the bodies are gone. But all that crap's sort of still here. How am I doing for nourishment at the moment? Nourishment's at 93, so that's fine. Energy's only at 60, so if this place is cleared out, it might be worth having a rest in here. Sleep and save. I actually can. All the fires are burned out. More sleep and save options. And all the chests that I didn't get to raid last time that I spotted are still here. Better hunting arrow, bludgeons, carpenter's axe, burger's sword. Kuman metal shields at 60 and 63. What's mine? Defense 133. $133, so about the same. Some valuable items in there. Hungarian sabers, linen shirts. It's going to take a couple of runs to empty all of this out, but this might be trusty companion. An old short sword that's seen better days but won't do much damage, but it looks like it has lasted long because it was well made to begin with. Should be around for a while yet. More poison. Increases charisma. Alright, so we are going to raid the hell out of that. And I suspect there's going to be a little bit more of that around as well, so... yeah, this place is going to be really good for my finances. We've discovered a camp. And that one has a lit fire. Now, we've still got Kuman gear over here. I'll go and investigate that fire in just a second, but... cheap wine, ham meat, pretzels. Fair enough. Alright, so we have somebody with a shield wandering around. A couple of them. Nobody seems to be too majorly concerned about the fact that I'm standing right here, though, so... maybe these are the guys we're after. These are bandits, and they're not trying to kill me.
So, it's all clear to me now.
What is? Who are you? You've no business here.
I'm Henry, and I was expecting to find you here.
What? How could you...
Sir Divish's locator went missing around these parts.
Well, it seems like he's all out of luck, don't it? Divish ought to have sent someone better than you to parley.
He didn't send me to parley, he sent me to deal with it.
Deal with it? There's plenty of us, and you're on your own.
Yeah, that's not gonna
So
matter.
I'd think twice about how you're going to deal with that.
You know what? Screw it. Let's do this.
Let him go, right now. Or you can stay here and feed the crows, like the rabble who were here before you.
All right. No need to be hasty, eh?
What a bitch.
We'll be on our way then, quietly.
Good.
That fella's in the tent over there.
Apparently Henry's really, really bloody intimidating now. Yes. Yeah, think about really carefully how you're going to deal with it. Look, mate, fuck off. Yeah, okay. Alright, which tent? At least they've kept the fires lit for me. I might actually spend the night here and leave here in the morning, depending on what this guy says, and...
I'm being held captive.
yeah, not anymore, you're not, mate. Don't need to whisper, I've already dealt with it.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Sir Divish sent me to find you, and it looks like I arrived just in time.
God's truth.
I'm Henry of Skalitz.
My name is Marius Bielek, Master Locator. Sir Divish sent me here to survey the area.
Well, the outlaws are out of the way, so we can go and report to him, right?
Not just yet. Those bastards caught me as soon as I arrived, and so far all I've seen is the inside of the tent they tied me up in. I still have a job to do.
Fair enough.
Although I won't see much in the dark. I'll have to spend the night. Though I doubt I'll get a wink of sleep after what happened. You sure there are no more bandits around?
You've nothing to worry about, unless you're afraid of hares.
Well, come to me after dawn and we'll look the place over together. I'll explain everything to you.
All right. Good night.
Well, there we have it. So this is a hell of a lot easier than I was expecting it to actually be. I guess what we'll do now is actually have a wander around these tents and see if I can find any more chests. And it looks like there's no end of options to actually be able to sleep around here. There. So, yeah, we'll see if we can find any more chests and then grab a feed and go to sleep. And we have another chest. What do we have in here? Ooh, it's like the other chest. Nice. Alright, so we've got 2 good chests to empty out here. Okay, so where is our assessor dude? Ah, good morning there, mate. Oh, looks like you're going to do breakfast first. I should probably consider doing exactly the same thing. 70%. I'll just grab a pot of whatever the bandits were cooking up and, I kind of like how he goes and sets himself up for breakfast first. Alright. What can I say? I've got to let the man eat.
Here I am.
Excellent. We can start inspecting the area right away to see what can be built where. Shall we get to it then?
If you're done with your breakfast, sure.
I'll escort you then. At least I can make sure you don't get caught again.
What? Are there more of those bandits around?
No, I just meant... Never mind.
You have no sense of humour. Okay, so... where is our first stop? Okay, apparently to go and put the breakfast dishes away.
This is a good spot for the rat house. Every village must have one. It'll be nice and prominent here. It's on the hillside, so the foundations will stay dry. It can have its own little square, close to the church. There's no better site here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, mate, I've been into the church before. She's a bit frigged inside.
The church is still standing. Good. Good. Whoever built it did a good job. Considering how old it is and what it's been through recently, it stood up well. It won't be an easy job to fix it, but it can be done. Timber alone won't do, though.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Stone will probably be needed. Timber won't be too hard to come by. We're in the middle of a goddamn forest. Not to mention we've got all these makeshift walls that we can drag down. Fuck, that sounded like a snake in the grass. And that'd be a new thing for the game to surprise me with. The hell are you taking me? If you're trying to get to the road down here, there was a path back there we could have just walked down. It would have been much easier than going, you know, scrub jumping.
We could fit at least one tradesman's shop here. Maybe a baker's?
Probably more than one. There's 2 buildings here. Although I suppose one would be the main tradesman's shop, and the other one, probably the one down the end, would be the house for the tradesman to live in. So, yeah, right, fair enough. Where the hell are you going? That is the entrance to the town.
There's quite a lot of space here. It just needs clearing thoroughly. Then we could even fit stables here.
Bit of stone in that building too from the looks. Lots of makeshift defences still floating around that can be pulled down. Although considering what happened to this town, it might be worth replacing the makeshift defences with more permanent ones. A town wrapped in stone walls wouldn't be a bad idea.
Main approach road and the stream.
Yeah.
This bridge needs reinforcing. It won't last long in this condition. I reckon it would make sense to build a weir over the stream down there. The water here is clean and can be used to supply the village until we sink a well. It's a good thing we have this stream. No point in building without a water source.
There's a town already here. It's destroyed, but there's a town here. So of course there's a water source. Because the town wouldn't have existed without the water source.
Supplies and trade will flow through here.
Yeah, like they have already in the past. You're talking like somebody who doesn't realise that they're standing in the ruins of a village that existed before. So therefore, by default, has to contain most of the key things that a village would need, or key requirements geographically that a village would need in order to be able to be a village.
I can't even see past the trees and ruins whether there's room for anything there. But at least the trees are strong and healthy. All we need is a few good woodcutters, and we won't have to bring in any timber from elsewhere.
Okay, mate, well, here's a clue. There's a building there that's fallen over. It's been destroyed, but there's a building there. For that building to be there, and for that building to be there, clearly there's enough space to actually build a building there. This is amazing. This is somebody...
Stone foundations. They'll come in handy, and we're close to the stream.
My God, he recognised something that actually exists around him. And yeah, stone foundations this close to the stream with a building like that, I would say that there, mate, that building back there, that's probably the Millers. Or was the Millers. Starting to think this guy's a bit of an idiot.
Lots of space here.
Yep. And with the amount of sunken stone foundations and still existing buildings around this section, I would say this was probably, you know, the town's, I suppose, town square, town central business area. You know, the blacksmiths would have been here, the tailors, all that kind of crap. All the main tradesmen.
Well, here already. All the better.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me considering that there was a town here. Somebody would have sunk a well at some point. Just don't go ripping up too much of this area until I've had a chance to clear back the chests back there.
Big space, clean water, close to the village green. A good site for an inn.
If I had to make a guess, there probably was one here previously. But yeah, I agree. It'd be a good spot for an inn. Now, it looks like we've got remains of a stone wall, so...
Most essential surveying is done.
That's it? You just wander around and have a look at the place? I could have done that. What the hell did you need to be here for?
Good day to you. So, Master Locator, ready to start building?
There's a long way to go before that. The few ruins that are left are basically beyond repair. It's all overgrown with brush.
You noticed that,
Oh
huh?
dear.
We'll have to get it all cleared before we can start rebuilding it.
So it is possible to rebuild everything?
Yes, absolutely.
But building a whole village is no small enterprise.
We'll need timber, lots of it. Which isn't a problem in the middle of the woods, of course. We'll have to hire wage labor to begin with. Quite a lot of men.
It shouldn't be a problem.
I think we should get started without delay. There's a lot of work involved.
Galax was destroyed.
It'll be well worth the effort. I can just imagine it. The church will dominate the whole settlement.
Oh, that's good news. When will you inform Sir Divish?
Why wait? I'll head to Talmberg right away. But would you keep an eye on things here in the meantime? It would be rather embarrassing to run into more bandits when I return with Sir Divish.
No problem. I'll be right here.
It shouldn't take us long.
Yeah, I've got to load some crap onto my horse anyway.
My lord.
Or maybe
welcome
not.
to Pribyslavitz. That is to say, welcome back to Pribyslavitz after all these years. Well, what's left of it.
Not to worry, Marius. I'm glad to be back in my old hamlet. Although, it seems to have aged about as gracefully as I have over the years.
I beg to differ, sir. It's quite dilapidated, unlike your good self. But at least it's safe now.
Suck harder,
Thanks in
mate.
part to Henry here, who also saved me from a predicament that cost me valuable time. Who knows? If it hadn't been for him, we might not even be talking now.
Well, lad, in the end, you managed things in your own way, I see. Just as you said you would.
I'm getting good at that.
I did my best, sir.
Yeah, just be honest.
They didn't look all that tough, so I put a bit of pressure on them and they took to their heels.
You were outnumbered and you scared them off?
Nah, they were greenhorns. I think they may have been a bit intimidated by me.
Let's hope they don't try anything like that again.
I'm quite sure they won't, sir.
Let's get down to the matter in hand, shall we? What state is Pribyslavitz in?
Sir, in my official capacity as locator, I am gratified to inform you that the hamlet of Pribyslavitz may be renewed. And indeed it offers prospects of considerable expansion beyond its former limits.
Splendid. Finally, some good news for this province.
And badly needed, too.
So, what have you discovered so far? I want to know all the details.
We had a scout around.
We conducted a basic survey, from which we can make a preliminary outline of the parcels. I already have in my head an initial plan of what can be built where.
We should certainly have a church. I'd like to preserve the existing one.
That should present no serious obstacles. The building is in much better condition than we anticipated. But extensive reconstruction will be required.
That's to be expected.
There's a stream here, and a well, right in the middle of the village.
Yes, and there are abundant woods around. Clearing them will provide both extra land and timber supplies that we can use right away.
Right now, I believe we're standing on the village green, aren't we?
The future green, that is. The village centre will comprise at least 6 large buildings to begin with. We can't fit any more than that here, so there will be other buildings away from the square, in particular more extensive structures.
I'm glad to hear it. I never expected you'd find so much space here in the middle of the woods. The building work we're about to engage in is only the first part of my plan. Later, we'll clear more forest for agricultural land. and build more farmhouses. But for now, we'll have to focus on more sensible goals.
As you wish, my lord.
Rebuilding a whole village must cost a king's ransom, though.
It's true it won't come cheap. Before the tradesmen settle here and start producing and trading, it will be necessary to invest a certain amount of capital.
A certain amount? How much exactly?
I wouldn't venture to state a precise amount at this point, but I expect it will come to some thousands, even tens of thousands of groschen.
I got a lot of bandits I'm going to have to kill.
I hope you're good at haggling.
We shall, of course, attempt to procure everything at the best possible price, but raising a settlement from the ashes you see around you is a costly business. Nevertheless, I can assure you, my lord, that if all goes well, the investment shall all come back to you with interest.
I hope I shall live to enjoy it, Master Marius.
Who will be working here? Interesting idea would be to get the survivors
A village
of
isn't a
Skeleton
village
here.
without villagers. You'll need new subjects. Even preparing the ground for building will need lots of labour. Where can we find so many people, sir?
You sound skeptical, lad, but it's a good question. I've already given it some thought. I've agreed with Radzig and Hanish that we shall make an announcement in Rattay to invite people to move here and help with the construction, which will bring them many benefits, but also obligations. In addition, I expect the prospects of a new home will appeal to your former Skalitz neighbors.
There we go.
More than a makeshift camp by the castle walls.
Indeed.
They'll be delighted, sir.
A splendid solution, sir. I've also been concerned about how to bring settlers here, but now it seems there will be no shortage of new inhabitants after all.
It seems things are finally looking up. We routed the bandits in battle, and Henry took care of the remnants. When can we get to work?
Right away, as far as I'm concerned. All we need is people and the necessary funds. And we'll need someone to keep order, at least in the interim.
True. I'll leave you some of my men.
If I may, I would recommend quickly appointing a bailiff to take responsibility for the renewal of the village, its coffers and its citizens.
True. First things first. Since you understand these matters best, you shall take charge of the land parceling and building works. You'll be available to the bailiff, but answerable directly to me.
I'd be honored, sir. Thank you.
And, as regards the office of bailiff, what about you, Henry?
Yes, sir?
You've proven yourself well. You've demonstrated that you're capable of solving problems, and you command the respect of your former Skalitz neighbors.
Well, I'm not so sure.
And you're also capable of maintaining law and order.
I must concur.
So, let us expedite matters. Henry, I hereby appoint you to the office of bailiff of the hamlet of Pribyslavitz, in my domain.
My lord, it's a great honor. Thank you.
You will oversee the initial renewal and administration of the village that will set the ground for further development. But don't imagine it'll be a bed of roses, lad. Being bailiff doesn't mean you can do whatever you like. If you don't treat the settlers rightly, I'll soon find out and relieve you of your office. Besides, we can't spare a single groschen from the Talmberg coffers now, with the province in chaos. So, you'll have to cover the cost for the building work from your own purse.
Yeah,
Me?
there we go.
But
I was expecting
Marion said
something
it would cost
like
a
that.
fortune.
True, but from what I hear, you know how to get your hands on coin enough. So, I expect you'll manage it just fine.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'd like to know who's been spreading such gossip.
And I am assigning you certain specific tasks. You must ensure the rebuilding of the church. That means complete reconstruction, wall paintings, and a new altar. See to it that in the future, the village will be capable of supporting a certain number of people. For that, you will need to ensure the construction of essential artisans' buildings. And ultimately, the village must produce sufficient earnings to fund further expansion.
But, sir, I've never done...
Henry.
I understand your
Henry,
concerns,
Henry.
but you'll be handsomely rewarded. I shall grant you the proceeds from the whole village for the first 5 years.
That's not
and
a bad
you have
deal.
my permission to use the surrounding woods and land as you see fit.
Well, that's, I mean... Are you sure I'm the right man for the job, sir? It's a lot of responsibility.
As you said yourself, Henry, it's a great honor. Besides, you won't be alone in it. I'll assist you and supervise the construction work.
Phew. All right, then.
So, we're agreed. You'll give this document to the Rattay bailiff. He'll
Just
make
happen to
the
have the
announcement
document
to
already
invite
made, did
settlers, which should ensure enough people to begin work. At the same time, your official appointment as bailiff will be announced.
I don't know what to say, sir.
I'm sure you won't disappoint me, Henry. And now I must get back to my duties at Townburg. Send word when everything is prepared.
Certainly, sir. Have a safe journey.
Farewell, sir.
You know, considering where Henry started out and what he's done in between, including shagging this man's wife, he is taking the oddest path to a level of nobility that I think I have ever seen in any kind of storytelling. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. I'm going to call this one here. I'm just going to basically start collecting up all the loot that I can possibly find before I ride off to deliver this message, so I can start building the capital that I need to actually start upgrading this town. This should be interesting to do. It should be a bit of fun too. Anyways, guys, until next time, Kingdom Come Deliverance will of course be returning next Monday, and until then, take care.